Welcome to the official recording of the Women in Renewable Energy WiRE press conference, held during 60-second sessions of the subsidiary body for scientific and technological advice, SB62, and the subsidiary body for implementation, SBI.
Good afternoon. I'm Shraddha Nair. I'm the partnerships lead at Women in Renewable Energy, otherwise known as WiRE UK chapter. I'm an electrical engineer by background with major in renewable energy and energy management. I have been in the industry for about 7 years and currently work as a senior sustainability consultant at Turner & Townsend with a key focus on economics and policy of energy and carbon markets. And I'm very delighted to be here today representing women in renewable energy. I was supposed to be joining here with two of my colleagues who could not be here. So they were Stephanie Iram Akruma, the West Africa chapter lead for WiRE, and Dominica Una. We are here at SB62 because the decisions made in these halls have profound implications for gender equality and the success of our global energy and just transition. WiRE, Women in Renewable Energy, has an unwavering commitment to empower the next generation of leaders, particularly young women and those from underrepresented groups, to thrive in renewable energy sector for a just and inclusive transition. As discussions commence on a new gender action plan and the future of climate finance, Women in Renewable Energy is here to offer concrete, actionable recommendations to move us from policy pronouncements to genuine parity for women in policy and financial incentives space for renewable energy sector. Today, only a third of the global renewable energy sector's workforce is female, with recent evidence-based demonstrable of a low participation of women in the sector's decision-making responsibilities. For instance, according to a recent report published by International Renewable Energy Agency, women's skills remain significantly underutilized, while data from the International Energy Agency show that women hold only 15% of the senior management positions in publicly listed energy firms. Research findings by United Nations Development Programme suggests the share of women's policy and decision-making roles in various governments fall further below 5%. These statistics are incidental, but systemic and associated gender gaps are not inevitable. However, we believe we hold the power to change this situation right here, at this moment. How? As parties negotiate a new gender action plan as a critical part of the future architecture of climate finance and energy transition, we can commit to improving current statistics to realize gender parity of over 50%. Furthermore, through this press conference, we would like to share how our work at Women in Renewable Energy aligns with the Gender Action Plan and then offer our recommendations on how to bridge the gap in financing for women-led renewable energy initiatives. The renewable energy industry is booming, but it faces significant challenges, two of which are a looming skills gap and a persistent lack of diversity. Women, in particular, remain underrepresented, especially in technical and leadership roles, or in other words, decision-making roles. WiRE is actively working to change this narrative. Our work at WiRE is in line with the draft Gender Action Plan, with amendments as agreed in decisions at COP, Conference of Parties, 24/CP 27 and 15/CP 28. Through our dedicated programs, we are creating pathways for success. Firstly, student chapters and early engagement. Our WiRE student chapters, including the Junior Ambassadors Program and similar initiatives, have provided a supportive community and early exposure to the exciting career opportunities in renewable. This can be seen through the success of the WiRE student chapter and WiRE Junior Ambassadors Program in Canada and Azerbaijan, and soon to be implemented in many other chapters around the world. Secondly, mentorship programs. We connect aspiring professionals with experienced leaders in the field. Through our mentorship program, many young female energy professionals gained the confidence and network to lead renewable energy development programs at their workplace. WiRE's newest mentorship program, which is the Career Accent program, is poised to make impact by using WiRE's one-of-a-kind global network to empower women even more. Lastly, skill-building workshops. From technical training to leadership development, WiRE equips young women with the practical skills they need. For example, the WiRE Institute of Learning and Leadership, WIL, is a platform dedicated to equipping individuals with knowledge and insights on renewable energy and sustainability. The impact is clear. When young women are given the tools to support and visibility, they don't just enter the renewable energy workforce, they transform it. Investing in their education and training isn't just an investment in individuals. It's an investment in the future resilience and dynamism of the energy sector. A robust body of research from leading international organizations and academic institutions substantiates the claim that enhancing the quality of life for women creates a powerful positive ripple effect, fostering prosperity and well-being for their entire communities. Now, we will provide recommendations that WiRE considers should be top priority for our Gender Action Plan Committee to adopt and amend ahead of COP30 based on our analysis of the current draft of the Gender Action Plan. For too long, the immense potential of women as key actors in the energy transition has been hindered by systemic barriers in policy, in finance, and in practice. The new Gender Action Plan GAP offers a critical opportunity to change this. WiRE proposes that the new GAP must be ambitious and result-oriented. Specifically, we advocate for GAP to include capacity building and skills development, dedicated resources for programs that equip women with technical, financial, and leadership skills needed in the renewable energy industry. This is a core part of WiRE's work and can be achieved at a global level by partnering with organizations such as ours who support and scale up by successfully bridging the gender gap and building a diverse talent pipeline. Addressing systemic barriers is our second suggestion. Strategies to dismantle discriminatory laws, social norms, and biases that prevent women from fully contributing to and benefiting from the energy transition, such as unequal land and property rights, restricted access to finance, gender-blind energy policies, and stereotyped gender roles. The discussions at SB62 around action for climate empowerment, ACE, and capacity building are essential. We cannot achieve our climate goals without a workforce that is prepared, diverse, and inclusive. In light of this, WiRE calls on governments, educational institutions, and industry partners to A, mandate the need for measurable targets and accountability in governance. Clear time-bound targets for women's participation, leadership, and access to benefits in the energy sector with robust mechanisms for monitoring and reporting progress. B, create inclusive training and apprenticeship programs. Design programs that are accessible and welcoming to women and underrepresented groups. And lastly, C, promote role models and visibility. Actively showcase the achievements of women in clean energy sector to inspire the next generation. It is exhilarating to see that we have about 1.3 trillion in the climate dollars in the climate finance budget by 2035 as per the COP29 outcomes, a number that has been increasing at every COP since 2015. Having discussed the Gender Action Plan and our recommendations, we will now move on to the climate finance segment. According to a 2023 report by Climate Policy Initiative, about 44% of mitigation finance is dedicated towards the energy sector. With little to no data available pinpointing what percent of women-led initiatives are funded or have access to these set funds, existing research only indicates that climate financing schemes across the globe end up funding under 2% of the women-led initiatives. This number further drops for women from underrepresented communities. Current financial flows often bypass women-led enterprises and fail to incorporate gender analysis. We know of many women entrepreneurs with viable renewable energy projects who struggle to access the capital dominated by traditional male-oriented networks. To make climate finance truly gender responsive, Women in Renewable Energy calls for parties to consider these three key recommendations. Gender criteria in funding mechanisms. The new collective quantified coal, NCQG, and the other climate funds should integrate explicit gender equality criteria in project selection, disbursement, and evaluation. Secondly, appointing gender experts at organizational operating model. Investing in gender experts and tools to help financial institutions and project developers effectively integrate gender considerations. And lastly, dedicated windows for women initiative. Earmarking a portion of our climate finance for women-led businesses and community energy projects through public funding as in Article 9, Paragraph 4 of our Paris Agreement. As closing remarks, we would like to reiterate that the economic and the social co-benefits of investing in women in renewable energy are undeniable, from poverty reduction and improved health outcomes to enhanced community resilience and faster adoption of clean technologies. As you, the negotiators and policymakers, shape the next iteration of the global climate policy here at SB62, we urge you to embed actionable, measurable gender commitments within the new Gender Action Plan, champion truly inclusive and gender-responsive climate finance mechanisms, and partner with organizations like WiRE, who are on the ground working to empower women and build a more resilient and equitable energy future. Achieving parity for women in renewable energy is not just a matter of fairness. It's a prerequisite for a successful and sustainable energy transition. Let's work together to make this a reality. The young women WiRE supports today are the leaders who will drive the energy transition for tomorrow. Let's ensure that every opportunity to succeed, by empowering them, we empower our collective future. A big thank you to our founder, president, and CEO, Joanna Osawe, and our operations director, Andrew Osawe, and all the WiRE volunteers across the globe for contributing to this statement. We would like to sincerely thank the subsidiary bodies of UNFCCC for providing us with this opportunity to provide our inputs and setting a strong precedent for parties to consider the importance of investing in women-led initiatives in the road to COP30. Thank you. We are now open to questions, if any. Yes.
I just want to ask, is it WILD, W-I-L-D, or WIRED?
WiRE, W-I-R-E, Women in Renewable Energy.
Okay, thank you so much.
Just a quick question, because on your website, I don't know if it's a mistake or something, but East Asia is not represented, there are no WiRE members in East Asia?
We have not expanded to East Asia yet. It is in our pipeline for this year to open new chapters. And probably we are hoping that many other representatives who are present here, if you think WiRE chapter is not in your region, please reach out to us, and we would love to, empower more women. Thank you.
Considering the gender skew in the room, we are very nearly all women in here. How are you intending to reach out to men to act as allies to ensure that this moves forward?
I like that question because I feel like because we are talking about renewable energy or energy sector in general, it is predominantly men. So when we are representing women in renewable energy, and when we are talking about energy sector, a large majority of that sector being men will be heard. We will be heard by them. Is what. So we like to think this skew to be. We are taking this as an opportunity rather than as a challenge. Yes.
So how do we reach out to you?
You can go onto our website, Women in Renewable Energy, or you can even meet me after this. We have an email address at the bottom, and you can reach out to us. Yeah.
Thank you. That was a very informative as well as inspirational speech, I must say. But I just wanted to make note that there's very much an interest from much more closer side of the small island developing states in the WiRE program, and we're very much looking forward to reach out to you after this session. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's great to hear that. Any more questions from the floor? Yeah.
Thank you, and thank you for your presentation. It's very inspiring. Here, my friend and I, we're students from Mexico, and we see that currently you don't have a chapter in this country, so we will also be eager to talk to you after your discussion with the other person here regarding how to open one, and if it is open to students or just professionals in the field.
That will be great, yeah. I think we recently opened up a chapter in Brazil earlier this year or late last year. So it'll be lovely to expand to other countries within LATAM as well. Yeah. Okay. No more questions? Great.
Let me just ask you whether you consider hooking up with W.i.R.E. It's also women.
Yeah.
And then part of that in Europe, a chapter in Hungary. So I'm just wondering, can you hook up the two, or have you thought about maybe cooperating with each other, or no, or?
We will take that into consideration.
Yeah, WONI, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually full of women. I mean,
Yeah.
so, thank you.
We do have a couple of segmented chapters within the European region. I'm personally from the UK WiRE chapter, and yeah, I'll take that into consideration into our next partnerships meeting. Thank you. Okay, that was the quickest session ever. Thank you so much for everybody for coming and all these questions. And it's really lovely to hear that there are more people who want to join WiRE and expand into different parts of the world, remotest or the most biggest parts of the world. So it's lovely to see that. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for watching the Women in Renewable Energy WiRE press conference held during SB62 in Bonn, Germany 2025. To learn more about WiRE, visit womeninrenewableenergy.ca.